Hello, my name's Miles.
And I'm Frank.
And I come from Papel. And today we are going to be talking about our Serpent 811S 2.0 buggy default setup.
Yes. And Miles is going to show you just the links where we make these adjustments, and I'll talk about the setup sheet a little bit. Go ahead.
So, right here is the camber, or where you adjust the camber on the car, and this is on the rear. This is where you adjust the camber, and up in the front, this is where you would adjust the toe.
And we only make the toe adjustment usually on our initial setup with our Huddy 8th scale buggy setup system. We will use this low C camber gauge when we're at the track if we want to make minor adjustments. Normally you just make a 1 or 2 degree maximum camber adjustment, but we use this portable gauge here to make it, and it's usually front and rear. Camber makes a big deal on how fast you go around some corners depending on your track. Also, we just want to mention a couple more upgrades we want to make to this car. I don't think we mentioned it in our last video. We want to change out the plastic or the nylon. I think Serpent calls it a nylon servo saver. We want to put in aluminum. And then the top plate, we'll show you here. They make a carbon fiber top deck plate. Right here, we will replace it. That would be the other upgrades, and I think that's all we're going to do with this car as far as upgrades go there. But we'd like to show you the setup sheet. This is a default setup sheet that you could print off a Serpent website, and you can see where it's default. If you come down here, I highlighted some areas where to show the size of the roll bars. If you look here, a front camber setting, the default setting is the -2 degrees camber in the front, -2 degrees in the rear. If you look down here, it shows the shock length at full droop is 123 millimeters in the rear. And you look over here, the default setting is 100 millimeters at full droop on the front. It shows the shock oil or the diff oils that are in this car. It actually shows shock oil if you come down also. So you could print blank sheets off, and when you go to the track with this car, and you could just, as you making changes, you could fill it out, see if your lap times increase, and for that particular track. But you could get on their website and print off blank sheets. Also, we just want to show you another thing that we come up on our own. This is a cylinder. We just made these little cylinder insulators, and this one fits this Novarossi P5.
Yep.
So we heat the engine up with our heat gun when it's in the buggy. We heat it up, and we just slide it on, and we can keep the heat in the engine on a cool morning. If it does die, you could either flip it up here, or you could go, we have slots in it. You can put your glow plug igniter right through it. You gonna show them that, Miles?
Like this. Let me take this off.
There you go. Yeah, so you can just
that.
go there and then refire it up. So we have some other ones we made for our SH engines. This is one that don't have a top on it, and this is another one here that has a top the same way. We just don't have the slots in the top. So we just thought we'd show this. This is made out of a foam insulation tape. It's out of the HVAC industry. We just kind of measure the cylinders and use some Armstrong 520 glue to glue it together. Put a little
piece of duct tape.
Yeah, that's actually Gorilla
duct tape. Gorilla tape.
Good stuff. The little tool we failed to mention before is a engine stop. Get this at DE Racing. This you could just rub the flywheel to stop it, or they got a little port here you can plug the exhaust. We like to stop it, pushing on the flywheel while it's idling. That way you, when you put it on the exhaust, sometimes it'll dump a lot of fuel and load the engine up and maybe hydro lock the engine, so you gotta be careful with that. But just some other things we want to show you on our buggy, and hope you liked it.
Like and subscribe.
Thanks, guys.